What's happening, good people? We have another exciting new episode in that series of the NUX MG 50 coming right at you. Today, we're going to be doing some profiling, and we might as well use the new latest JHS. Yep, it's not a dumble. All right, well, I'm going to quickly get this on the bench, assemble it. Hopefully the video really isn't all that long, but while I'm doing that, I'll give you like a little bit of background or like, synopsis of profiling, and also kind of address a elephant in the room. Is anybody going to address that? What? The elephant. What elephant? Your boy ain't right. He ain't my boy. We've gone through this before. He has your legs. Definitely gonna want to stay tuned because I noticed in the Facebook groups that some people were pulling their hair out, and I would be screaming at this thing for an hour. So you might as well go grab a beer and settle in for the long haul. So the first major issue that I actually come across with profiling and everything is that when you make a pedal, you have to capture it as an amp. So it doesn't go in under one of your effects blocks. It goes under your amp blocks. And with only 30 spots available for your uploads, and with your amps, you can only have 2 blocks. So now you're really wasting them, an amp block to use as a drive pedal. Some of the cool things, though, are that you could take a drive pedal that has no tone or has, no bass and treble, and you could add that to it. Or you really could take, in this instance, you could make this pedal really an amplifier instead. Guitar is going into your guitar, then your pedal, you have your send of 1 going into the input of your pedal, and then you have the output going into your return. And that's basically it. All right, so we got everything back set up over here now. Yeah, so really not much is going through the actual NUX pedal itself. It's more going to go through the imager. So I'm going to start a screen capture session over here, record the video, and then I'm going to open up the imager right here. So it shows you how to hook up your various whatever you're doing. So here for a pedal, all we need is basically the pedal itself. So you have your guitar line here, and I'm not really sure why. I guess so that you could test the pedal levels after. So now you're going to go into your settings here, and this just detected it from last time. So you can do NUX MG 50 input and output, 480. And I think they said in the video you go 256. Not sure why, but that's what they say. So here we go. That should be all set up for that. And you're not getting anything right now. You can go to listen. So this is without the pedal engaged. Now you turn on the pedal. right, so here we go. So we got it registering now. It's not showing here on the screen, but I think I can't recreate it. So the elephant, or not the elephant in the room, the thing that's driving everybody crazy is when you'll see a message up top here on yours. If you haven't done it for the first time, it says that it's muted for purposes of like a loop or something, a noise loop. So you have to unclick that or you won't get any signal. So here we go. So we got it dialed in. We're going to start with everything is going to, the volume, the EQ, and the presence is going to remain at noon. And we're just going to take all the profiles beginning with 0. I'm not going to worry about naming them right now. I'm going to name them after. I think it's just easier to do it after the fact, so you get the naming right. So we got it going on here, and here we go. Part over here, just so you don't have to watch the thing slowly go around, but basically just going to repeat this process over and over again. You see here, I'm going to adjust to the next increment now, so you can capture another one. The biggest thing is to remember to save every single time before you go to make the next image, because I almost did that here. Once you save it however you want to. I just basically save them in a number first, and then I'll go back and change them. And I'll show you in a little bit how I do that and why I do that. And then you're just going to click back, so you can start the image again. And then, again, just repeat. We're going to do the last one now. So here's why I like to wait until after the fact, because you can basically copy and paste the exact wording, because it's very particular about that. So here's your naming. We're going to do the last one over here, and that would be 100. The more you do, the more it has to be able to profile and have the fine intricacies of it. You could just do, 0, 50, and 100, or 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And you just want to make sure that every time you finish that you always export, because if you don't, then I could save this one as 100, but I was doing them individually as numbers 1 through 10. You do whatever you want, but I don't know if this will come over to the Logic, but you could also switch back and forth. This is just the model of the pedal. And then here is the pedal itself. Looks like that might have been some really hard clipping. I do a Right, so I'll go back and name that last one now. There we go. And there we go. 5 underscore. There we go. So that's all. Looks like we got all of them. So now we're gonna go to deep image. I'm not sure if you can do it as a amplifier, because I mean this technically models an amplifier. So we have a Fender V Diamond, I believe, is just a Mesa. Not too sure on that one though. Then you're British, and all does just add some EQs, different EQ shapings to them with the amps. But you can go to Stompbox, and it only has either tone, which I guess would be the EQ, or you could do bass and treble. And I'm gonna do this one as a bass and treble, because why not? So there you go. You select all your images. Gonna do all that. Select it. Open it. You know it's good when it comes up, all lit up here. And then let's export. Save that. And now you should have a deep image of this, and load into device, deep image, and we're gonna go into, we had that test before, so the file has been loaded. In here. Okay, we got nothing in here, so that's perfect. So what we can do here is we'll put the send and return, so that should be right, so that's the pedal right there. And then we will slide over to here and we will put in the amp. So it's a kind of bummer that it goes in as an amp, because you can only do 2 amps. I don't think that came in, so we'll go back into, now that we have it loaded. So we'll just do a real quick comparison. They're both at 50%. So we're gonna go back to here, go into stop mode, and this way we could turn it off. So here is the pedal. And there you have it. That is pretty much it in a nutshell. Obviously, this pedal has a little bit more than your traditional drive or distortion, which, you know, basically would only have a bass and a treble, possibly maybe just a tone. So that's why they only give you those options. So it sounds a little bit different, but nonetheless, that's how you capture. And yeah, let's wrap this up. All right, so that's just one way of doing it. You could obviously dial in a drive setting or an EQ setting and a presence setting that you wanted to, and then adjust the drive. But for this purpose, we just did it the way we did it. But you really could do whatever you want. I highly recommend that you just label all of your set, like how you have it set. You know, if you had the volume at 2 o'clock, put, volume 2, EQ 3 in your description. It just gets kind of neat and orderly, so you know what it is, and if you ever share it with somebody. But if you want to get this capture, I'll have it up on my Patreon. But this is the first one that I've done so far, so you've all been a fantastic audience, and as always, stay tuned.